This is probably the last day of summer. We're on the 25th of September. Now I say that because for the next 10 days forecast, there's a 70% chance of rain pretty much every single day. So I thought I'd get out now and do this one last video before the riding season's pretty much over. Obviously not for me because I've got the big boy GSA. Now I personally use a DJI Osmo Action 5 Pro on my helmet and a DJI Osmo Action 4 on the handlebar, looking back at myself. And I've tossed and turned over the last few years with the DJIs and the GoPros. Is it worth using ND filters? And so I thought I'd make this video and let you guys decide. Tell me, is it worth me using ND filters going forward, or do you not really care? Because at the end of the day, we make these videos mainly for your guys' enjoyment. And if it doesn't really bother you, or you don't really notice the difference, then it's just one less hassle and one less thing in the stage of getting everything ready and all the gear sorted. But if you guys prefer the footage with the ND filters on, then I'll use ND filters going forward. So really, it's down to you guys. Now me and Zoe are in the process of moving house, so we've started to box things up. And unfortunately, the only ND filter I've got is a number 8. I do have the pack for DJI, a 4, an 8, a 16 and a 32. Now, for this type of day, where it's absolutely clear blue sky, there's not a cloud in sight, probably talking a 16 to 32 is what I'd recommend. I don't know if that is packed somewhere. Like I said, I've only got the 8, so I'm hoping the 8 does its job good enough that the footage works so you can make an informed decision. What I really like with these ones over GoPro is these just pop on and off. GoPro, you have to take off the lens and put a new lens on, which is the ND filter. Whereas DJI, they've done it so you just push it on over the top. So the process of putting them on is super easy. It's literally just slide it on and off, put the 8 on, test it. If you don't think it's strong enough, you can then put 16 on. Once you've decided what ND filter you're going to put on the camera, the next thing you're going to need to do is head on into the settings of the camera, and you're going to take it off auto and put it into manual. So on the DJI, to go into your settings, right hand corner, you've got the 2 lines of the dots, push that once, and then you come up with the main screen. If you do not have it in pro mode, you'll see all the options you've got is stabilization and adjustment. Go ahead, push that pro button, top right corner, and it opens up a bunch more menus. Now what you're going to do, top left exposure, push that once. If it's on auto, bottom left, select the M. Now this is where we're going to fine tune our parameters. Now 180° shutter rule, I'm using 30 frames a second. So I'm going to do 1/60 on the shutter, and then the ISO, I'm going to give it a parameter of between 100 and 3200. Right now I've got the white balance set to auto. The color, I've just left it on auto. And the tone, I've got it in vivid, rock steady and ultra wide. That is it for my settings on the helmet cam. Well, that's enough waffling off the bike. Let's jump on the bike and let's compare between no ND filter and ND filter. Had it on the Wales trip I done a few months ago where I was trying out the ND filter situation and if it was worth it. And where I was so used to not doing it, I forgot to change the setting, or I think I took the ND filter off and put it on that and I forgot to put the settings back to auto. And then for the next 20 minutes, that footage was just blown out and unusable. As I said, going into these shadows, if you had the ISO set to 100 only, and you didn't allow the camera any ability to change the setting, it would just be too dark and it just wouldn't catch any light. So giving it that ability to up itself, if it thinks it needs to, hopefully will mean that the footage when I'm going into the shadows is still usable. And to reference, if you didn't have an ND filter on and you had the manual settings on, that is what it's like. Massively overblown, can't see anything. But then as soon as you put this little badger on, everything makes sense. So yeah, with that 180° shutter roll, all the bushes coming past should be out of focus. Whereas when the ND filter is not on and you've got it in full auto mode, the shutter speed will be so high because it's so bright that everything kind of looks in focus. If you want to show the element of speed without necessarily going fast, ND filters are the way forward. For you guys watching, does it make enough of a difference for me to worry about it? Like, yes, it will give it that more natural cinematic look because it's what's the closest to our eyes, as in the motion blur. We don't see everything like picture perfect all the time. Brr. Battery low. Someone didn't charge their battery. The annoying thing is, I looked at the battery in the drawer when I started getting all my gear out. I was like, nah, it'll be fine. I'm not going out for long enough. Turns out, low battery, dead bugs, don't make for good viewing. Yeah, dickhead. Luckily that was all caught on camera. Sometimes this bike is just a little bit too heavy, and when it's an off-camber camber. Also for me, I've got a dodgy back, so it's a case of either potentially hurt my back or just let it go. Just let it go. And so now I've taken the ND filter off, put it back onto the Osmo Action 4, which is on the handlebar, and this is my usual setup. Action 5 Pro, also settings. I leave the ISO with that bracket 1 to 3200 or even 6400 sometimes, but I rarely go riding in the dark, so the camera won't ever get up to those kind of 3000 numbers. And hopefully you can tell the difference, mainly with the bushes and kind of how clear and identifiable they are, whereas before they just would have been blurry messes. I will try and not drop the bike. That's my aim. And now when I'm doing 60, does it look like I'm doing 60? Is there any real differences when I'm going in and out of the shadows compared to when I had the ND filter on? Because I don't know. I know as much as you right now. The only time I'm going to see this is when I'm editing later on. Well guys, let me know below if you preferred with ND filter or without ND filter. If you want to grab yourself any of the kit I'm using, description box below there'll be a Kitco link that will take you through and show you all the kit I personally use. Well guys, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up. More importantly, subscribe to the channel. And there's nothing else to say, but until the next one, ride safe.